me. I'm guessing you didn't get the COVID vaccine.
Hell no. No way, Jose. Okay. And no, because I had all these vaccines given to me at age 6. And guess what they did to me? They caused me to get grand mal epilepsy when I turned 13.
Wow.
And no American doctor knew this. Okay. It's like, why am I having epilepsy? And they say, well, we don't know. All these girls going into puberty are getting epilepsy these days. Well, guess what? 10 years later, I'm in Japan. I was a ballet and jazz dancer when I was young, and I was doing a show. And I had a lot of time on my hands. So I was teaching English to about 5 or 6 Japanese doctors in the area. And I told them, listen, I'm going to be going to Nepal soon. And my American doctor said, I've got to get vaccinated. And they begged me. They said, Paula-chan, no, you never, ever, 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 ever get any vaccine of any kind. I said, huh? What do you mean? They said, look, until MacArthur's army, at the end of World War II, brought vaccines to Japan, there was no sudden infant death syndrome, no SIDS. There was no autism, none of that crap, until vaccines. Do not get any vaccines. And I was so stupid. I was so brainwashed. I insisted they give me a freaking cholera shot. That night after my show, I had the worst seizure in my life. I spazzed out all over, and I wake up and my 6 Japanese doctors are sitting there over my body saying, Paula-chan, repeat after us. I will never, ever, ever have a vaccine again. Say it. I will never. You're when you have a seizure, okay? I'm like, I learned my lesson then. I went home. I did my research. That was 1978. And I read and I went, holy crap. It was all lies. The whole polio thing. Salk himself had said, I will never give this to my children. Hello. Polio was virtually wiped out by the 50s. Hello. Yeah. I was like, and guess what? 490,000 Indians paralyzed. Yeah, they were paralyzed by polio vaccines. 490,000 Indians between 2000 and 2017. And they were getting sick before that. Because when I was in Papaji in the 90s, I remember 60 babies ending up in hospital in Calcutta with spinal meningitis, which was actually right after a polio vaccine drive. Because see, spinal meningitis and polio have the same symptoms. Okay. So every time people got sick with polio, they just call it spinal meningitis. Hello? That's what's been going on. We've been lied and lied and lied to for 140 freaking years. Hello. Yeah.
So coming back to your epilepsy, have you healed that now? You don't have epilepsy anymore?
Yeah. It finally went away after 15 years. By age 27, it finished. Thank God.
And what do you think was the cured that? What do you think it was that healed the epilepsy?
Well, part of it was like I would learn to tune in with people's calm brain waves. I could stop the seizure once it started going. Then I would tell anybody next to me, please start talking to me. Because when you talk, you have to focus your mind to say something, right? And I would focus on the focusing of someone's mind, and that would stop it. So I was able to actually stop my seizures consciously. But eventually they just stopped of their, own accord.
There's no accord.
One doctor figured it was because of certain hormonal changes that happen at about that age in your late 20s. Yeah, it usually only happened once a month, though, exactly 1 week before I'd start my period. So it had something to do with the hormones, right?
Yeah.
Hormones had been screwed up by the vaccinations I had at age 6. That's what happened. That's what the Japanese doctors told me. Okay.